Konnichiwa, ninjas, and welcome to Comics by Cover, the show where I hit the comic book shop, pick out up to 3 titles to review for you based solely on their cover or what I already know about the franchise. My name is, of course, Sean Caspian. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to hit that like button, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you enjoy today's video. And yes, indeed, today is in fact Thanksgiving, so I wanted to give a special shout out to all my ninja family out there and everybody else on YouTube. Wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all the support and love you guys always show me. It means the world. And by the by, in case you were wondering, these are of course going to be no spoiler reviews so that you guys can enjoy the books yourselves. So the last time I hit the comic book shop and put up a comic book review, I talked about Thor #1, where Thor is now a female. So I thought it appropriate to start out with a Thor #2. So the first thing I want to mention when talking about the new Thor series is all the controversy on the internet surrounding the decision by Marvel to make Thor a female. There's a whole bunch of hate surrounding this topic, and a lot of people really don't like the fact that Marvel chose to make Thor a female as of now. And I gotta say that I am in serious support of the decision. I think making Thor a female is risky, it's progressive, and it's really interesting. It's something new, it breathes life into the character. It's something that we haven't seen before. So the basic premise of Thor being a female, awesome. So Thor #2 picks up exactly where #1 left off, and we've got our new female Thor on the moon, and she's playing with the hammer, and she's realizing that indeed she has the powers of Thor. We get kind of a typical inner monologue, and she goes back and forth a little bit, and she realizes how much power she has, and she goes flying off into space with the hammer. So let's talk about what I liked about the book. First off, I really appreciate the fact that we don't know her identity yet. It's actually one of the driving factors keeping me reading this book. Good job, Marvel. I also feel like letting the reader see into her head and hear some of the discussions between her and the Hammer Mjolnir is a really good decision, and that's really interesting. Unfortunately, there's a few things I don't like about this book. First off, the artwork. It's not that it's bad, it's just not the greatest. And I know I said something like that in my review of Thor #1, but it's still present in this book. I mean, take a quick look there. Do you really know what's happening right there? I don't. I feel like it's kind of dirty. It's kind of sloppy. And you know when artists choose to draw characters that are kind of in the background and they kind of just look like boogers? You know, there's no detail basically. It's like I sneezed on the page, really. We've got a little bit of that kind of thing going on. We've got a little bit of chaos, you know, and stuff like that. And I feel like it really makes it difficult to tell what's going on or appreciate the artwork. There's kind of a lack of detail and a lack of realism, for a better word, in the artwork here. So not a total fan of the artwork. Sorry. Also the story, it's a little bit weak, and I don't really know like what the big picture here is or why we're compelled to care, other than we don't know why Thor himself can't carry his hammer, you know, based on the secret that Nick Fury told him, and we don't know who female Thor is. Other than that, the story's a little bit weak. We don't really have any compelling villains to follow. I mean, they honestly could have chosen somebody better than Malekith, in my opinion. Battling frost giants is cool, but I don't really know why I care about this story or the character so much right now, other than the intriguing fact that Thor is a female and we don't know who Thor is right now. Generally speaking, I'm still going to say you should buy the book. I'm not going to give it a must buy. It's a pretty good read. I wasn't really too compelled going through it though. The main compelling elements are finding out who our new female Thor is and what the secret was that Nick Fury told to our original Thor. So once those are revealed, we'll see where this story goes a little bit. I'm gonna keep picking it up, keep giving it a chance, but I would say this is a should buy, just not quite a must buy. So the next comic that I was compelled to pick up was this lovely guy right here, Carnage #1, set in the Axis storyline. So for those of you who don't know and aren't caught up with the Axis storyline, basic premise is good guys are kind of acting like bad guys are kind of acting like good guys. That's kind of the basic overall theme of the whole deal. And Carnage is caught up in all that. It was hugely entertaining to watch Carnage, who was a serial killer to begin with before he even got his powers, and now he was taken over by, you know, an alien symbiote and that kind of thing. Watch this guy try to be a good guy. I gotta say, this is possibly the funniest comic book that I have ever read. It is so funny that I cheated on my cardinal rule, picking up 3 comics, and picked up issue number 2. I cannot remember the last time that I actually laughed out loud when I was reading a comic. I mean, watching this crazy guy here try to be a good guy and try to save people and just end up causing mass carnage and chaos all around him is hilarious. He goes and tries to save people, and all he can do is like cut off their heads, and he just wonders why, and he's trying to figure out. He really genuinely wants to be good. And watching Carnage try to do this is just beyond funny, guys. I cannot recommend this book enough. The artwork is there, the story is there, the pacing's there. It's set in Marvel's Axis event, which is really cool anyway, and just watching Carnage try to be one of the good guys. One of the funniest things I have ever seen. This is a must read. You absolutely have to pick up this comic book, guys. Go check it out. Leave some comments down below. Let me know if you thought it was as funny as I did. And of course, that leads us to the quote-unquote 3rd book that I had to pick up this week, and that was Captain America and the Mighty Avengers. Our Avengers team is no longer led by Steve Rogers, but instead Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. So Captain America and the Mighty Avengers also takes place in the Axis storyline, where good guys are kinda acting bad and bad guys are kinda acting good. Basic premise of the story is some of the Avengers are still good, some of the Avengers, including Sam Wilson, are kinda bad now, and so we're probably gonna get some Rumble Showdown kind of business between these 2 groups of Avengers. So I'm really looking forward to that. So Sam Wilson as Captain America is absolutely badass. I'm really enjoying him, and I'm actually kind of enjoying him as, you know, one of the bad-ish good guys. You know, he makes some choices that are really kind of ruthless and merciless, and they're a lot of fun to watch. It's just totally different than our Captain America previously of Steve Rogers. It's just a totally different deal where, you know, he upholds the law and he does everything he can to uphold good, and, you know, he's kind of, you know, a character of light. You know, he's a paladin type of character, and Sam Wilson is really kind of different, especially in this Axis storyline here. He wants to hurt the bad guys, which is a huge difference from Steve Rogers. I also have to give a total A+ to the artwork in this story as well. It's just amazing. I mean, look at that guy. Look at it. It's amazing. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of Sam Wilson wielding that shield. Overall, it's a ton of fun to watch Sam Wilson just kick some ass. I'm gonna say this book, honestly, is a must-buy. You gotta pick it up. You gotta check it out. This new storyline, especially with the new Captain America, is amazing. It's really good, guys. Pick it up. And there you have it. My Comics by Cover review for the week of November 27th, 2014. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, fave, and subscribe, and share the video and do all that fun stuff. It means the world to me and really helps the channel. My name is, of course, Sean Caspin, and until next time, arigato gozaimasu.